For lots of people going to Japan, a visit to the Studio Ghibli Museum in Tokyo is a must. But is it worth it? What else is there to do? How do you get there? And the big one is, how do you get tickets? So stay tuned and I'll spill all. So I don't really know where to go with this one. Before the trip to Japan, I barely knew what Ghibli, how do you pronounce it? Someone tell me please, actually is. But Book made us watch My Neighbour Totoro not long before we went, and I can see the appeal. However, isn't it just for kids? I'm a 56-year-old guy who's travelling to probably one of the most exciting places I've ever been. Do I really want to spend a day looking at Japanese Mickey Mouse? Which is basically what it is to me. So in this video I'm going to explore how it affected me, but also how it affects millions. Now, one of the biggest problems you'll have is getting tickets. The official way is to go to the Ghibli website, and on a certain day of the month, I think it's the 10th, they open the doors to pre-book online to foreigners. Now that works out as about 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So what we did was, the wife was sitting in her place because I work away during the week, trying to get it. Book was sitting in university trying to get it. I was trying to get it. And you just go into a queue, and we failed. 3 different people failed, so it's really hard to get tickets. So anyway, safe to assume we landed in, I was able to tell Book we haven't got tickets, and safe to assume we landed in Tokyo with Book fully expecting best they could hope for would be to walk past the place, and that would be it. However, Dad always has a trick up his sleeve. Maybe not now, but usually has a trick up my sleeve. Here's the surprise Book got when we got back to the hotel on the Thursday. There's an activity that Book knows nothing about, so it's the big reveal. This is very anticlimactic because I can't get it open. We had this waiting in reception when we got it. I see that smile again.
That's Japanese.
Tell them what it is.
Ghibli Museum. Just make sure. Okay, thank God. Oh my God! How? Ghibli!
Dad delivers.
Dad delivers.
We stayed up all night back in May to get these tickets, and we failed. So I have a Ghibli guy. Do you know what I mean, mate? I have a guy.
Yeah, you have a guy, yeah.
Yeah. Dad always has a guy.
Just for context for the YouTube, I am very excited, but I'm autistic, so I don't show that very well. But I am very, very excited and very thankful. But I'm autistic. Sorry, it wasn't like, you know those videos of like kids opening their Christmas presents and they start running around?
You're 19.
Yeah.
And you did whoop.
I did, but I'm also autistic.
I haven't seen my child this excited for a long time. This is exciting.
Yes. Oh my God.
God, couldn't you just feel the excitement? Well, nearly. Book doesn't always show excitement. That's what autism does. Book also doesn't show their face in my videos, which really annoys me because Book features heavily in a lot of my videos. We need to discuss this arrangement. But, yep, one happy child. And one relieved dad having pulled that off. I'll tell you a bit later how I did it, but it's not rocket science. You can find it yourself. So, what do you need to know about going to Studio Ghibli? Well, like most of my days in Japan, we always try to get our experience booked as early in the day as possible, but because of the way we got the tickets, our appointment was just before lunchtime. But which is fortunate in a way because Mintaka isn't exactly central Tokyo. So how do you get there? Well, like everything else, you ask Google Maps, it tells you which train to catch. We were staying in Ryogoku, so it takes about an hour to get over there. I'll flash up a map as well for Shinjuku. It's about 30 minutes. Everybody either ends up going to Shinjuku or is staying in Shinjuku. Either way, it's a bit of a trek out of town. And at the other end, apparently there's a free bus, but we couldn't find it, so we walked, and it's a lovely walk. But when you actually get to Mintaka, don't overlook it. There's one other little surprise there. It's Shiroji's Cream Puff Shop. Now there's lots of videos on YouTube about this place as well, and it's a small bakery that is run by the brother-in-law of Hayao Miyazaki. So as you might guess, there's a fair bit of Ghibli magic to be had there. Top tip, if you're going to go there, get there early, because the Totoro cream puffs sell out. There are other cakes, there's other gifts. They've got a very strict queuing system. We weren't long out of COVID, so they'd only allow a couple of people into the shop at a time. But in true dad style, we got there early, half an hour too early, we queued, we got a cake. And then we had a little bit of time to kill. There's a handy shopping centre near the train station, bimble round there, and then walk your way up to Ghibli. Takes probably 15-20 minutes from the train station, but you're just soaking up Japan. You walk past the zoo, you've got time to go there, you're going through a bit of a park. And as soon as you arrive, you'll see how beautiful the place is. First thing you'll see is obviously a massive Totoro in a glass case. Unfortunately, he's not selling tickets. And yeah, it just really is stunning. But the real magic starts when you get inside. Now, unfortunately, you are not allowed to record inside. And weirdly, that sort of thing normally bugs me, but I think there's something about the magic in there that you can't take away. Now, I'm talking as an old guy that's going to a museum. I appreciated a lot of the aesthetic in there. It's really nice. Obviously, I'm not a major anime fan. I've enjoyed the ones I've watched. But what I took away from it was the pleasure of seeing my kid absolutely freaking out and loving it. And that's why I went. To be honest, would I go there again? I'm going to say, if it was easier to get into without having to stress it, just turn up, yes, I would go again. It's relatively cheap. Can't remember how much. I think it's less than £10. And yeah, the food inside's lovely, but you've got to... by the time we'd done the museum, we'd kind of missed the main specials they were offering. But we had a nice snack of basically turkey, dinosaurs and chips, and it hit the spot. We were hungry, and it wasn't ridiculously priced. Now the gift shop was brilliant because everything was Ghibli original. But I think what made it for me was they do a film. They do a film. Now, there's a little theatre there, and they give this cute little ticket that is actually a film cell to get in, which is, again, nice little touch. I gave both of mine to Book, so I haven't got one to show you, because Book's got them stored in her Tokyo Treasures box. But the film was May and the Cat Bus, which was obviously shown in Japanese, and I think that's what showed me the magic of Ghibli. Obviously, I knew the backstory because of Totoro, but I was able to totally follow the film, even though every word was in Japanese. It's got that visual that just gives it to you. So, let's get to the nitty gritty. How did I manage to score tickets? Well, as we said, you've got to go onto the website, and most of the people I've spoke to, I'd say only about 50% got any luck. And you're booking on the 10th day of the month before you want to go. So there isn't a second chance really, is there? So that's just the way it is. So I was crestfallen and heartbroken, and I went on Fiverr. I thought, yeah, I've got no chance. And it turns out there's a guy on there called Sean H. I think he's also on Instagram as Shibuya Ghost or something. He's an English lad living over there, and he does the job for you. It's basically the ticket price plus $40 for him doing it. Sounds a bit expensive, but this was something I really wanted for my kid, so I did it. And I think it still cost us less than 60 quid to get in, but I think it was one of the things that totally made the trip for Book. They'd always fancied going, and we did more expensive things when we were there, so it wasn't as if we were paying for the nose. Yes, I think on reflection, not sure it's worth 60 quid to get two people into a museum. And it is only 2 hours, including watching the film's worth of entertainment. But there is only one Studio Ghibli Museum in the world, and we've been there. So, bing bong. Have you been? What did you think it was like? Are you thinking of going? But I definitely recommend Sean H. He has the tickets delivered to your hotel room. And as a backup, a friend of ours has got a friend who lives out there. He also got us tickets and posted them to us. So we ended up with 4 tickets. But in all fairness, Sean H made the effort to get my name on the tickets. And of course, there is always the chance they'd turn you away if you were a gaijin and you had a Japanese name. And obviously you wouldn't have the proof. But I believe if you're there, it's fairly easy to just walk into a Lawson's and buy them from there. Like our tickets had the Lawson brand on them, so I'm guessing that's what Sean does. But he got them for the day we wanted. He wasn't able to quite match our preferred time for going in, but so what? It was worth it. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I wish I could have shown more footage of inside, but I think it's one of those things you have to see. We had no idea what to expect, and seeing as there isn't actually that much in there, I think it's quite good that you've not had a sneak preview. And if you could get one, you'd be sharing it on the internet like everybody else seems to be doing. But I think most people have respected it, because I've not found much on YouTube showing inside, other than a couple of sneaked pictures with a camera phone. So yeah, do it. I think next time we go back, we're definitely going to have to do the Ghibli theme park, because why not? And I'll be honest, since I've been back, I've definitely watched a couple more of the films. I enjoyed Spirited Away. We've been to see Totoro live on stage in London, and that was amazing. Although the storytelling is the most important thing in a Ghibli movie, the visuals, although simple, were stunning, and I would recommend anyone to catch it live. It's well worth it. Not sure I'm up to seeing the Spirited Away tour, because that is theatre in Japanese with English subtitles. I'm not sure how that'll work. Plus I don't live in London, otherwise I'd be on it like a car bonnet. So thanks for watching, and we'll try and get another video out soon. I'm not sure how soon, because I have a full-time job, I have another YouTube channel, and to be honest, I'm running this more as, if you think of it as a photo album that you can always pick up, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this travel channel. I'm hoping to bring some out on tips on how to get to places cheaply, because I seem to become a bit of a master at that. For example, this year we had a 3-night trip to Bulgaria, which including flights came to £89. If you're watching in America, that's still pretty close to $100 for a weekend with flights in a reasonable hotel. And there is a way to do it, and it's not the way all the YouTube hack sites have you believe. So keep on watching, comment. Feel free to check out my other channel, especially if you're packing a few extra pounds. It's all about weight loss, and I'll see you soon. I'm happy with that.